Yes, now a legacy product once offered by Axial. Came out just a few years ago, a part of the Monster Jam series. I grew up watching Monster Jam, and I gotta say, Tom Meents, ever since the early 2000s, was out there being a trendsetter, a record setter, as well as a jaw dropper with his insane air and insane jumps. The man seemed to have no fear and would fly high and far in this iconic truck. So I wanted to make sure to pick one up. I'm certainly, old to the game here with this purchase, but regardless, it was getting hard to get, and I didn't want to miss my opportunity. So I ordered it on eBay. Got it shipped to me all the way from Australia. Good day, mates. Cost me about $400 Canadian, and this is a great platform for building monster mud trucks. Or that's what I've been seeing on the various Facebook groups that are out there. Also, with the iconic maximum destruction body, how often do you see a body like this come onto the market that has studs and is so unique? There is a Gravedigger version of this. It comes with green tires and a green cage, and of course a different driver on the inside. If you're lucky enough to get one or both of them, good on you, because what a great pair to have. Not exceptionally a fast truck out of the box from what I've seen on the videos, but a really great platform. I really like the neon orange tire or wheels on it. That has always caught my eye. And in fact, look at this picture on the side. Boom. That is exactly what I'd like to start with, right? So I wonder how these spikes do when it gets flipped upside down. I'm sure not very well. So I'm going to be wanting to be careful with this body, even though I almost feel like that's blasphemous to say because the Max D body is supposed to be destroyed. All right, instruction book. Radio. Okay, so look at this. All the spikes are in the bag. Very interesting. A couple of extra drive shafts on the inside. Lots of extra parts. That's something I've always liked about Axials, that they give you lots of parts for your truck. Holy cow, you guys have to see. Look at this. All right, I know I'm teasing with the... Wow. So half spikes installed, and then you get extra ones if you want to put more on the top. So that's great. So that means I could flip it upside down and not immediately lose a ton of spikes off the top. Let's get it out of the box and have a look at it. You might be asking yourself, what is a monster mud truck and why would I have to do anything to this to change it? Why am I talking about changing such an amazing looking vehicle? And you're on point with that thought, actually. This is a super truck just the way it is, being four-wheel drive and waterproof with big mudder tires on there. Yeah. And it really just kind of comes down to preference. What style of vehicle are you looking for? Holy cow, this is impressive in person. Look at the ride height on this. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a crawler, right? This wasn't intended to be a rock crawler. This is intended to be a four-wheel drive, basically trail racer if you wanted to put it into a category of trail anything. But really, as part of the Monster Jam family, the shocks on there are kind of built to support some jumps, some high speed, and of course you're going to get rollovers, but look at this. Nice wide footprint, right? You got a metal gear servo on there. Now those tactic servos, I gotta say, most stock servos in the industry aren't very good, and people have had multiple experiences with tactics, so it's one of the areas I know I'll be upgrading. to put it politely. Look at this. The chrome on it is amazing. My camera is trying to adjust so it's gray, obvious mirror, a lot of flame, see-through windshield here. Love that you can actually see the bars through the windshield. Hey, that's super cool. Safety bars. Driver in his 4-point harness. And of course out to the main Max D, so iconic of an image. Two pins. Ooh-wee. Let me get this out of the way here. Wow. My buddy Lyle at RC Athletes, he has the Gravedigger, and he was actually one of the ones that convinced me just by allowing me to use it at a TTC 2 years ago, which is a tough truck competition, to actually consider looking at the model from Axial, and look at that. Now you can see why. I instantly fell in love with it when I looked at it. I didn't want the green cage from the Gravedigger because I figured it was going to kind of limit my color choices, although I really do like the orange wheels. What do you guys think? Is orange your thing, or would you rather the green Gravedigger? Who were you a fan of more, I should say? Tom Mentz or, of course, Gravedigger? Let's do the virgin suspension test here. Great pushback and a nice response rate, you can see. Let's actually do a little bit of a drop test. Pretty firm right now, but it absorbs it. It's not like I'm actually in there driving. How's the twist test? Lots of twist to it. Right on. All right, so some technical stuff about it is the 27-turn brushed motor. Definitely the Tactic steering servo here. It also has an AE5 ESC, which is an electronic speed control, basically the heart or the power distribution center of the whole RC itself. And I can say that it can take a 3S LiPo, or up to a 3S LiPo, which is 11.1 volts normally. I've seen LiPos go as high as 12.56, and these LiPos take it. But I have seen the AE5, when it gets some mud on it, give quite a smoke show. So that's one of the things I know I'm going to want to be upgrading along with that steering servo. This is just from experience. I do want to use it as it is stock so you guys can see how it is, and so I can learn a little bit about the platform myself. And of course I just have experience with a few of the scale RCs that are out there, so I can recognize where I'd like to see my project go in the future here. And I've got a 4000 right here, 3S. Now, obviously, with the power plug right here, that'll reach. The truck is super light, only a few pounds I noticed, which is good because that'll help it fly through the air. Bring in some Gorilla Tape just to lift it up. Here you go, open differentials, throttle on. As we watch it take off the end of the table. I love the white writing on the tires. Okay, so that's full speed, full charge on that battery. The experienced ear can hear that it's not super fast, you know, especially if you got to put a little bit of friction of ground beneath those tires, but fast enough to get you up and on the go. I'd take it outside today, but like I was saying earlier, it is way minus 20 degrees, under minus 20 where I live today. So too cold to take out a new truck and potentially snap those plastics, and definitely want to make sure not to do that before I start building. Is there anything you can't do, Gorilla Tape? Let's put that body on and have one last look at this. Yeah. Like a boss. Watch. If it touches, because it's open diff. Oh, I won't get it to touch. There.